Coeur d'Alene 4th of July parade honored fallen firefighters following Sunday's ambush. How the community came together.
We've been watching rain in our periphery all day. It has reached the Coeur d'Alene region. Will it reach Spokane? I'll let you know in my first alert weather forecast.
And President Donald Trump signed his big, beautiful bill into law. How this could impact everyone in the inland Northwest. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, happy 4th of July, and thank you for staying up with Nightside. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Shortly after fireworks in Spokane started tonight in Riverfront Park, they abruptly stopped. We watched from our Skycam. You can see here, people started to leave the area in crowds, and police told our reporter who was at the park to watch fireworks that this was a disorderly fight that scared some people to leave. Fireworks did resume in the park around 10:25 p.m. This is not live. This is a recording. If you happen to miss the show, you can watch the whole thing on our website at kxly.com. The Coeur d'Alene American Heroes 4th of July parade took on a new meaning. The community honored 2 fallen firefighters, John Morrison and Frank Harwood, who died Sunday while responding to a call, and Dave Tisdall, who is in the hospital fighting for his life. The parade began with 2 riderless horses, leading members of Kootenai County Fire Rescue and the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department.
Firemen hold a special place in people's hearts because they save people. So when something like this happens, it touches the hearts of people, and it makes you realize just how important they are and also how precious life is.
Parade goers stood and applauded the first responders who made the ultimate sacrifice. This event drawing crowds from all over the country, many saying it's the largest turnout they've seen in years. And in Spokane, local brewery No Lie Brew House is running a fundraiser throughout the month to support the fallen firefighters and their families. So far, they've raised $30,000. If you're looking to visit No Lie and you'd like to donate, all the funds from their Monday and Wednesday pint nights will be donated. Also, all money raised from their t-shirt and pint glass sales will be considered donations as well. They'll be holding a Fight Fire weekend event on the 18th and 19th of this month. If you can't get to No Lie Brew House, but you still want to donate to the families of these firefighters, we are here to help. First, you can donate directly to the 3 families impacted, or donations can be made in person to First Interstate Bank branches. The Red and Blue Foundation is also accepting donations. However, fire officials are emphasizing do not donate to any organizations claiming to represent them other than First Interstate Bank because of potential scams. You can find a full list on how to donate on our website, kxly.com. And the Canfield Mountain fire that officials believe was set intentionally to lure those first responders to that ambush that took the lives of the firefighters has officially been contained. According to the Idaho Department of Lands, the Nettleton Gulch fire, which was the fire that was named after that area, is now 100% contained at 23 acres. However, the closures for that area are still in effect as crews continue to manage what's still burning. And the firefighters there also recognize that due to the tragedy that took place, they needed to bring in resources to help reduce stress levels within the crews. So therapy dogs were brought in to help them decompress. Jason Valentine is in for Chris Crocker tonight. With that rain we're expected to see, hopefully that will help our fire crews.
That is very much what we need. It's our only chance overnight tonight into tomorrow for rain showers. Good. Well, happy 4th of July. Good Friday evening, everyone. If you didn't start your weekend yesterday or late yesterday, I hope you got to start it today. So shower activity moving in to the Coeur d'Alene region right now. We're looking at showers, at least in the vicinity, light showers. Now, this shower system should double back a little bit. It's very, very slow, and it took forever to get to Coeur d'Alene. We should see, though, a good amount of shower activity for the Spokane area overnight, at least a pretty darn good chance of it. Also, we were talking about fires earlier. Area smoke has definitely died down for the Northwest. That is very good news. So our air quality is staying good, except airway heights, but this is all due to Again, a lot of the fireworks going on, so just to give that a little bit. But besides that, we're looking at good air quality, and this is right up to date. So a little bit of air quality issues in Airway Heights. So taking a look at our current winds, and we are light throughout most of our areas, 11-mile-per-hour winds in Moses Lake. That's kind of our hot spot. So the winds are going to be about the same as we get into tomorrow. Could see a little bit of gusts in the afternoon, but we're going to see a big change as we head into Saturday. Today was cloudy and it was cool, much cooler than we expected. We expected around 81, 80 degrees. We didn't even get to the mid 70s today. So this is the first day in about 3 weeks we were below our average for this time of year. So overnight tonight, we are going to see plenty of cloudiness. And again, we could see some shower activity really starting after midnight any time off and on. Shouldn't be too heavy, except for maybe in the morning hours. Could see a little bit of sustained showers, at least for a bit. So we're going to be warming up tomorrow, but it's kind of a prelude to much warmer temperatures coming in our work week, where we're going to see 90 degrees start on Monday, and I don't know when that's going to end. So do get ready for that. That's all in my first alert weather forecast that's coming up later in the show.
Thank you, Jason. In Washington, D.C. now, the president's spending bill was officially signed, known as the Big Beautiful Bill. CNN's Brian Abel has the details.
This is certainly a working holiday for the president. The highlight for him, signing his massive domestic policy bill that passed both chambers on Thursday. He started his 4th of July here with a phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. This comes after the call with Russian President Vladimir Putin Thursday that Trump said left him disappointed. The Zelensky call was characterized as very important and meaningful by the Ukrainian president's chief of staff. Zelensky later added that the two leaders discussed air defense and defense production during the call. Then the president headed out for an off-the-schedule trip Friday morning to do his favorite leisure activity, golf, at his club in Virginia. Back at the White House, a big annual event on the South Lawn, a 4th of July military families dinner. This year, however, is abnormal. That's because the president is also celebrating his big political win, the passing of his so-called Big Beautiful Bill, signing the legislation today, closely timed with a B-2 flyover, the same type of plane used to carry out the recent military strikes in Iran. But Trump has indicated his work will continue into the weekend. On Friday, Trump said he will begin sending tariff notices to different countries, letting them know what their tariff rates will be. And the president said that most of those will be effective as of August 1st. The president is also expecting news on the Israel-Hamas front. He said early Friday he expects to know if Hamas will accept a ceasefire proposal in, quote, the next 24 hours. At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
And with the bill being signed into law, we took a look at how this could impact us here in the Inland Northwest. The bill is packed with tax cuts for wealthy Americans and funding cuts that benefit poor ones. This sprawling spending package also puts pressure on Medicaid and SNAP recipients.
President Trump rang in the 4th of July, signing his contentious spending bill into law. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office projects this bill to slash Medicaid funding by $1 trillion, which could push more than 11 million Americans off their health insurance over the next decade. So what does that look like for us here in Washington? More than 1.8 million Washingtonians are on Medicaid, or Apple Care, as we call it. That's seniors, children, and people with disabilities who rely on this program. According to the Washington State Health Care Authority, 30% of the people living in eastern Washington rely on Medicaid, including 54% of children 19 and under.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in strong support of the Big Beautiful Bill.
Though Michael Baumgartner, who represents this district, was all about the tax cuts and defense systems that this bill funds.
The Big Beautiful Bill puts much-needed funding into missile defense through the Golden Dome system. And I encourage every American that cares about making our country wealthier and safer to support the Big Beautiful Bill.
And although Republicans have argued one of the greatest threats facing America is its national deficit, economists with the CBO project this spending package will add $3.4 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years.
And while the president says the big beautiful bill will extend tax cuts in place from his first presidency and temporarily slash taxes on tips and overtime pay, the bill also changes work requirements for adults who receive SNAP benefits. The work requirement age is raising from 54 to 64 and adds parents with children older than 6.
Well, the Spokane Indians were back in Avista Stadium tonight for their third game of the series against the Tri-City Dust Devils. Braylon Wimmer got the Indians on the board with an RBI double in the bottom of the third inning. Tevin Tucker gets to come all the way home to tie the game at 1. Not much action for the Indians after that until the 8th inning. They're down by 2, and Andy Perez comes to bat. The Dust Devils are going to miss a crucial diving catch in the outfield here. It's going to bring it Indians 4-3, just 1 run away from the lead, but that's where the offense is going to halt, keeping that score at 4-3 to end the night. The Indians and the Dust Devils resume their series tomorrow at 7:05. And you know, nothing says 4th of July like the good old sporting event of
back.
Hot dog eating. Not something Kirsten and I would probably ever think about partaking in, and I made the artistic decision to not include the video and just do the photos. We don't love watching it, but Joey Chestnut and Mickey Sudo, legends here, taking, you know, yet another title. I think Joey Chestnut has 16, Mickey has 11. So this is a lifestyle.
Yeah, I would just like to hear from our viewers. If you're watching tonight, please send an email.
We want to know.
Or a tweet. I think it's an unpopular opinion that we don't enjoy watching this because so many people do. It's every single year.
And I'm seeing videos everywhere and I'm like trying to scroll really fast so I don't like watch the gagging of the hot dogs.
That's what I was going to say.
Like,
just don't enjoy watching people choke on anything. Gross. But hey, Jason, it's 4th of July, and that means we got to watch that thing.
I was wondering how you were going to transition. Fantastic. So plenty of clouds out there all day today. We are starting to see some showers in our vicinity. Let me get you ready for your evening and your Saturday. Your start to the weekend is tomorrow, at least for some of us. For some, it's the middle of your weekend. I'll have your First Alert weather forecast next on 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Olympus Living of the Spokane Valley. Independent and assisted living for adults 55 plus.
Is your credit score costing you money? I'm Kirsten O'Connor. On the next Money Saving Monday, I'll show you how to build credit, fix errors, and what new medical debt changes mean for your wallet. That's Monday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America today through July 7th at Cal.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything.
So you can upgrade to a better set of wheels by trading in the old for something better at Cal.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
2 summer sensations are flying into DQ. One of them is sure to save the summer. And the other? Yeah, he's Superman. No big deal. With an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. The new DQ Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat packs enough flavor to tempt Superman himself. Hurry into DQ or get it delivered in the app for this legendary new Blizzard Treat before it's gone.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm out of here.
Kimmel's out, and your favorite guest hosts are in all summer long.
What a super chill time to be doing a topical monologue on national television.
Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts, weeknights on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Maplewood Gardens, offering independent and assisted living.
Well, the 4th of July may be finishing up, but we are still talking about fire season. We do want to give you an update on what is happening with this Seagull fire that is close to Spangle area. So we know that it is still burning, but it is getting closer to containment. This video is from the Northeast Washington Fire Information Center. This fire burning at 682 acres, roughly 517 football fields with 10% containment. The steep cliffs and uneven terrain are still making it difficult for the crews out there. Mop-up has begun, though. That's important for us to note. Level 3 evacuations, meaning leave now, still in effect for certain areas near Bonnie Lake. It does appear the fire was human-caused, and they are still investigating. Standing by next to Jason Valentine now with a look at our dry conditions. Maybe get a little bit of rain overnight.
We could sure use it, and we're just going to see blazing sunshine and clear overnight conditions for at least the next week, probably beyond that. So this is our last chance of some shower activity. Good Friday to you. Happy 4th of July. We are staying relatively warm to what we saw today. We're about where we were all day. We were in the lower 70s, 65 right now for Spokane, 66. Plenty of cloud coverage. Coeur d'Alene, you have some showers in the vicinity. Light showers, but showers nonetheless. So for the last time, happy 4th of July. Staying cool tomorrow as well, but not as cool as we saw today. That was unexpectedly cool today. Quick rain tonight. Well, we're seeing it in the Coeur d'Alene region, at least in the vicinity, and the heat returns with a vengeance on Monday. So here's our radar, kind of a macro look at the Northwest, and this system has been just kind of lingering, kind of stalking our areas for the past actually quite a few hours. As we've moved into 11 o'clock, we're finally seeing a little bit of shower activity coming into Coeur d'Alene. Spokane is yet to be breached. So let's take a look at our forecast radar. And again, this is what we're looking at right now. As we move into the next few hours, shower activity, again, Spokane's on the periphery, but the best chance will be in the morning hours. That's also the best chance of seeing some sustained showers. But as we get into the middle of your morning, we're going to see that move on out, and then plenty of sunshine. And this sunshine is going to be sticking with us for at least the next week. So if you don't like the heat, I hope you enjoyed the cooler temperatures today. And look at these temperatures on the way, apexing on Tuesday at 97. So your entire next work week is going to be seeing 90s. So current temperatures, mid to lower 60s, cool spot. Look at this. 59 already in Pullman, so they're seeing a little bit of a chilly evening. Bit of a 24-hour change from last night at this time. We should see a little bit of warmer conditions tomorrow, and then we're just going to keep being warmer towards Tuesday. And winds, not a factor, luckily, again, we're dealing with fires throughout the Northwest, but looking light, and we should expect light winds tomorrow, and it looks like Monday as well, and Sunday. So planning forecast, 82 tomorrow for your Saturday. Early morning, maybe showers and cloud coverage, then more sunshine as the day goes on. 87 on Sunday, and then hot. Look at that. We're going to be seeing quite a bit of hot temperatures. We even have the chance of seeing triple digits on Tuesday. So overnight tonight, some showers in and out for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene through tomorrow morning. Then the heat will be back on next week.
Thank you, Jason. Despite uncertainty around the economy and how President Trump's tariffs could impact us, over 100,000 jobs were created in June. But some economists are seeing signs saying trouble could still be ahead. CNN's Brian Abel has the story.
The U.S. labor market stronger than expected in June, adding 147,000 jobs.
The U.S. really is still the brightest spot in the global economy.
The strong gains sent stocks soaring Thursday. The Dow nearing an all-time high, and the S&P 500 hitting a new record, soothing nerves among investors worried about a potential economic slowdown due to uncertainty over President Donald Trump's tariff policies. A healthy jobs market also taking some pressure off of U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell to lower interest rates.
President Trump has been asking him to cut rates. Really hard to argue that you should be cutting rates when the economy is still so very strong.
Yet beneath the top line number, economists are noting some trouble signs hidden in the data. The bulk of the growth was concentrated in just 3 sectors: healthcare, hospitality, and state and local government. But manufacturing employment, a key priority for the Trump administration, is down.
Even if some manufacturing is done here, they're using parts that are made elsewhere, and all of those prices are going up. And I think we're going to start to see that in reduced manufacturing employment.
The report also reveals it's getting more difficult for Americans to find work. The duration of unemployment getting longer, with an increase in the share of people out of work for 27 weeks or more. And while the pace of wage growth rose in June, it was slower than expected. In Washington, I'm Brian Abel.
Still ahead, a look at Jasper Mountain Reserve, a privately owned wildlife sanctuary. That's next on Nightside.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you would like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July savings event. Experience first-class sleep, plus get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Hear that? It's the sound of savings at your local Ford dealer. Get a sweet-sounding deal on F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Escape, and more. Hurry in today for the sound of savings, because a new Ford truck or SUV is calling your name. Just listen to this great offer. Employee pricing ends soon. Get up to $13,000 total savings, only at your local Ford dealer.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings this week at Walker's. Get store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals, or get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
Crave returns to the Spokane Valley July 17th through 19th. Tickets on sale now.
Welcome back. For this week's Air 4 adventure, we're soaring above one wildlife sanctuary in Columbia County. Let's go for a ride in the Air 4 drone over the Jasper Mountain Reserve near Dayton.
Welcome to Jasper Mountain Reserve. We are in the heart of the Blue Mountains in Columbia County, which is about 40 minutes east of Walla Walla, with 330 acres. And over the last 2 to 3 years, the vision came to put it under conservation easement. We started to work with the Blue Mountain Land Trust. We want to share it. We want to share it with people who value nature preserves, who value the tranquility up here. And that was a big portion of the drive to open it up to the public. I'm very keen on telling people why we are doing what we are doing, what you can achieve of former forest lands, and some of the areas here are not native growth, some of them are planted. How do you bring them back into a native state? How do you habitat restoration that benefit future generations? And that was basically one of the main drivers to open it up to the public and to bring people that value this up to the reserve. We have a lot of cross-country skiing trails in the winter, and especially hiking trails. The reserve has 13.1 miles in aggregate of hiking trails, exactly the distance of a half marathon. So we have 3 trails. The first one is called the Red Trail. It's on the opposite side of former Jasper Mountain Road, now Payne Hollow Road. It's about 3 miles in length. And the reason Red Trail, because it's on the sun-exposed edges of the canyon with gorgeous vistas, and you walk in fairly flat area and you see the mountains. The Green Trail has its name because it's mostly in forested areas. It is 4 miles, and it winds itself to forests, and it's very relaxing to hike. the Black Trail. It's the most challenging one. The trails are gorgeous, but you need to climb almost down through the river in the canyon and back up.
And now for our top trending stories through the 4 News Now Story Tracker. Number 3, a Yakima man's body was recovered from a canal near Ephrata this afternoon. 55-year-old Kevin Kershaw was driving on the canal road before losing control of his truck and sliding into that canal. His body was found downstream from his truck. Number 2, a man who is a resident of an adult home for people with special needs was arrested yesterday for attacking multiple people. He was taken into custody without incident. And number 1, dozens of protesters gathered in Riverfront Park earlier today for a No Kings protest against the Trump administration. You can find those links and more at KXLY.com. We'll be right back with a look at sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome to Costa Rica.
Let's get into it.
Bring on the ladies. Who's ready to fall in love?
I just want to be with you.
We all love a little toxicity.
Drama always happens in paradise.
So mean.
We listen.
And we don't judge. Do you want to be with her? Oh my.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Celebrate the 4th of July with explosive savings at More Furniture. Truckloads of special buys are arriving daily, and we're passing the savings directly to you. Join us this Friday for Independence Day, and you'll get our very best offer. No money down, no sales tax, and absolutely no interest until July 2026. Plus, you'll get free white glove delivery, and we'll remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. Visit More Furniture this Friday, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Music in Manitou brings exciting South American sounds from Piazzolla's Four Seasons to Bariba Union's beatbox rhythms. July 22nd and 23rd. Tickets at nwbachfest.com.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America today through July 7th at Cal.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything.
So you can upgrade to a better set of wheels by trading in the old for something better at Cal.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
High fly ball, way back there, back at the wall. God, he's hit it out again. It's a career high.
A 4th of July miracle.
The fireworks should have been going off here.
Hey, this was a historic blast out of the park for Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh. That home run was his 35th of the season.
It's a huge milestone, not only for his personal career, but also just for Mariners franchise history. So 35 beats his career high from last season. He hit 34 home runs, but that was over the course of an entire season. We're only about at the halfway point right now, so he's just going to keep adding to that total and hopefully not slowing down. He actually had 2 home runs today. The 34th home run of his season came early on. That ball sent all the way into the second level of T-Mobile. It also became the hardest hit ball of Raleigh's entire career, leaving the park at 115.2 miles per hour. Here's that second homer. One more. Raleigh slammed that one into left field, reaching a major milestone of 35 home runs. He finds himself on a historic leaderboard with a Mariners legend. He ties Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. for the most home runs hit in Mariners history before the All-Star break. Last year, Aaron Judge led the league with 58 homers by the end of the season. So at this pace, Raleigh should be well over 60 by the end of his 2025 campaign. He helps the Mariners win their first game of the series against the Pirates today. Final score 6-0, and they continue that slate in Seattle with first pitch tomorrow at 7:10. The Indians also just wrapped up for the night against Tri-City. The final against the Dust Devils was 4-3, and now the Indians try to even the series tomorrow night. We also heard there's another round of fireworks tomorrow, July 5th fireworks in the ballpark, so head on over there if you missed it tonight. First pitch at 7:05 tomorrow. And last week, Charlie Condon was called up from the Spokane Indians to the Hartford Yard Goats, the Rockies AA affiliate. He was drafted 3rd overall to Colorado in 2024, and now he's getting ready to showcase why he was a first-round pick. Condon's going to play in the 2025 MLB Futures game, where the best prospects team up and play in Atlanta for the All-Star Week.
Kind of getting to bounce around and be around all different sorts of prospects and guys that are really good at what they do. And so getting to be a part of that game and having it be in Atlanta, where I'm from, is really cool as well. So I'm excited to get down there and be a part of that whole event and just get to be around super talented guys.
He also gets to play in his hometown in front of his family and friends for that Futures game on July 12th for MLB All-Star Week. Spokane welcoming its first ever professional soccer team for athletes with disabilities, thanks to one of the Velocity players' dreams of changing the stigma. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yarts is sharing the inspiring story behind this new team.
Our Spokane community has really come together to support the Spokane Velocity and Zephyr that we see play here frequently. But now a new team is joining the mix. They're a little different. They're for people with intellectual or developmental disabilities, but their passion for the game is just the same. The joy of playing competitive sports in a stadium in front of a crowd should be an opportunity for all in Spokane. But unfortunately, it currently isn't for those with intellectual disabilities.
Right now, they don't have this opportunity. So with that question, with that idea, that vision is how we developed the project.
You might recognize Neil Vignals from the soccer pitch, but when not outscoring goals, he has been working hard on a brand new nationwide league called Project Inspire.
We want to shift the bias that athletes with intellectual disabilities suffer from the general public.
One of the 4 teams pioneering in this league is the Spokane Impact, which will be under the same club as the Zephyr and Velocity, aiming to reflect our region's commitment to inclusion.
They are really treating the team as a third team, which is what our vision was from the start, right? So Spokane Impact will have the same resources as Spokane Velocity and Spokane Zephyr.
The name is supposed to show that this team will have a lasting impact on our city and the soccer community. For Vignals, it shows that competitive professional sports are possible for anyone.
And we're so excited to really see the first athletes step on the field and make an impact and score some goals, which is the exciting part of soccer.
Tryouts will take place at the Hub Sports Center from July 15th to 17th, and you can catch them in action for their first home tournament in September. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Summer is here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's set to be a scorcher. But why suffer through another season of sweltering heat and box fans? Call the experts at Bill's Heating and AC. With a lowest price guarantee, free second opinions, and a warehouse full of top quality equipment, we're ready to make your summer comfortable without breaking the bank. Technicians are on standby. Call for your free quote today.
Why say no when it feels so good to say yes? Want some help? Yes. Want to skip the line? Yes. Watch an unreleased season of your favorite show? Yes. How about a credit union with low loan rates, no hidden fees, online banking, and friendly member services? Yes. Experience how good yes can feel.
The 4th of July mattress savings are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
And that means big discounts on your favorite brands, like Serta's iComfort for cooler, deeper sleep, and Beautyrest world-class mattresses to experience first-class sleep every night. Plus, get it now and pay over time with no money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest financing for up to 5 years. So you can wake up refreshed on a mattress that helps you sleep better with savings worth celebrating this week at Walker's.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News now.
Welcome back, everyone. I feel like we should play the Jaws theme with this cloud trying to get to the Spokane area. Coeur d'Alene, you have a bit of shower activity in your region. Best chance for showers for all of our areas will be early tomorrow morning before 8 a.m. But look at that day tomorrow. Going to see more sunshine in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 80s. We didn't even get to the mid 70s today for our cities. So tomorrow, still kind of chilly comparatively. Mid to upper 80s by Sunday, 90s next week.
Yeah, it's going to feel a lot hotter
yes.
when we get back to those 90s, so enjoy it while it lasts.